Habarini za asubuhi. Karibuni sana kwenye mafunzo ya kilimo. Leo tunaenda kujifunza namna bora ya kulima ili tuweze kufanikisha mazao ambayo tunaenda kuvuna ili tuwapelekee walaji mazao yaliyo bora. Kwa majina, ninaitwa Victoria Mwanukuzi, ni mkulima. Nina shamba la mboga na matunda Bagamoyo. Mimi nilianza kama nilivyosema ni mkulima, lakini background ina degree ya computer studies, lakini ina masters ya project development, na nimefanya kazi katika mfuko wa Umoja wa Nchi za Ulaya. Hapo ndipo nilipotamani kwanza kulima, kwa sababu nilikuwa nasimamia mashamba ya watu, nasimamia chai na kahawa na mazao mengine including horticulture. Kwa hiyo nilivyoanza kulima sikuwa hasa na focus, na ndio maana nimeona ni muhimu kuanza kuwafundisha wenzangu ili msipite zile njia ambazo pengine nilikosea. Kwa mafunzo haya ninaamini kabisa mtajifunza vitu vizuri na mtafanya kile ambacho kinatakiwa kufanywa bila kukosea, ili muweze kuleta kulima mazao yenye tija. Kwa hiyo ni kwa kifupi, lakini tunavyoendelea mtaendelea kunijua zaidi na zaidi. Kwa hiyo nitaomba tu kwa ufupi useme jina na useme kwa nini leo umekuja hapa na unategemea.
Naitwa Bingi Nyakwela, ni mama, ni mkulima. Ni mkulima ambaye nimekuwa nalima kama hobby. So far nalima pilipili mwendo kasi. Zimekuwa zinanipa hasara, sioni kabisa faida yoyote. Kwa hiyo naamini darasa hili nitajifunza zaidi jinsi ya kufanya kilimo the right way ili niweze kutengeneza faida. Mimi naitwa Roda Bandora Mayunga, sio mkulima, lakini I have a lot of interest in farming. Kwa hiyo nimekuja tu kujifunza, just learn the skills.
Mimi naitwa Christian Mwanukuzi. Kwa hiyo mimi ni mkulima na mfugaji, nalima maua, mboga na matunda. Nimeanza kama passion, najifunza kidogo kidogo, lakini training hii itanisaidia ili niweze kufanya ukulima wangu uwe wa kibiashara zaidi, nizalishe zaidi, na hasa kwenye eneo la kuuza kile ambacho nazalisha. Hayo ndio matarajio yangu.
So these are the training objectives. At the end of the training, you'll be able to understand the basics of crop farming, identify major types of crops, prepare the land and plant, care and maintain. Once you plant, you need to care and maintain, which includes how you water, how you apply the pesticides, how you do the irrigation, will all come this category. Then you harvest, handle post-harvesting. You'll also do crop rotation. I'll explain more what is crop rotation and its importance, but also you need to manage time and do record keeping, but at the end of the day, market strategies. So these are the things that I expect after finishing the training today, you'll be able to do. Because once you're trained, you're supposed to do the practice. So at the end of the day, I thought in order to have common understanding, we really need to define what is farming. It might look strange, but I think it is important. What is farming? Most of the times when we say farming, we focus on crop farming alone. But farming includes even raising livestock. So we define as the activity of cultivation the land and raising livestock to produce food and other valuable goods. And there are different types of farming. There is crop farming, livestock farming, and mixed farming. We find people are doing both. Like Christine there said, she does both. She does crop and keeps livestock as well. So it's just a matter of choosing. But we are focusing on crop farming. This training focuses on crop farming. So crop farming is the practice of growing plants, from preparing the land, Planting, nurturing plants, which includes water, weeding, apply of pesticides, fertilizers, and harvesting mature crops. The focus is mature crops. So you don't harvest when they are ripe, you harvest when they are mature. This is according to sustainable good agriculture practice. And the importance of crop farming, it provides foods for people and animals. It's the source of income and employment, but also supplies raw materials for industries. And this is the item that really challenges. There are so many industries, but they don't get raw materials. And somebody can focus on growing raw materials for industries. But I also thought before you start farming, you need to ask yourself, why do you want to farm? Like Bingy said, she did it for hobby. And it might start as a hobby. And through that, you feel like, so I have gifted hands I can do for business. So it might be for hobby, it might be for food security, as you hear nowadays, and especially things like tomatoes, onions, carrots, everything. People are really spraying pesticides that might be harmful to human consumption. So somebody can decide, why don't I grow myself at my backyard for home use? But you'll find that it multiplies, and then you start probably selling to your neighbors, and then the idea comes, why don't I do for business? So it can start as a hobby, it can start as a food security, but at the end of the day, it can be for business. And the good thing about starting as a hobby or food security, you gain the experience and you are better. You have a better chance to do well. Now, this is a very key issue. Things to consider before starting farming. Many people are making mistakes here. You might have, like when you want to you want to farm, you're looking for farm, and you find a very good farm, like the way you look at it, it's very good, but probably no water availability. Na kama huna maji, rafiki, huwezi kulima. Now unaweza ukapata shamba ukachimba kisima lakini ukapata maji ya chumvi. Well, it's very important to know, even ask the neighbors of the area, is water available here? When I do borehole, will I get water? It's very good to do your own research before even purchasing. But others can use the wasa, the tap water. Tap water can be used when it's very, like you're farming for hobby. It's not like it's a big farm, because when you use the dawasa water, it becomes very expensive. It might not be profitable. So these are the things to consider. But also laborers. Where do you get laborers? Somebody may start even farming and he doesn't even know where to get laborers. Naomba nitafutie mtu, nina shida ya mtu, no. Unaweza usimpate, lakini you really need to think, where will I get? Up country, probably Kigoma, nasikia kuna wafanyakazi wazuri. You really need to have that in mind, ask people, get advice, so that when you start, you'll be able to know. But also infrastructure. Is the land accessible? Are roads passable throughout the year? Actually, I can give you an example of water availability. There is a couple bought a land in Bagamoyo, built a beautiful greenhouse. And like these people, when they give you when you purchase greenhouse for them, they even give you the seeds, like they plant for you everything and all that. So when they were looking to, okay, they dug the borehole, but the water was salty. Salty. You know, like you can have salt water, but can be used for plants. But for them, it wasn't at all. So they had to desert the place. And they had spent. They came to me, it was really sad. And then the infrastructure, there is another lady who bought a land in Jombe. Yeah, alifanya viazi mbatata, Irish potatoes. And it was doing so well. She had people who were looking at her farm so good. But during the harvesting time now, it was during the rain. The roads were not passable. That's why this came in mind. And she lost everything. Dalali anakuambia, yani anakupa bei za ajabu. Kwa hiyo mara nyingi we don't look at them seriously. So if you already have a farm, you still need to check on this. Na kama hazipo, then you can, if you want to expand, you expand it somewhere else. Sio pale. This I thought we just, probably you know, but I thought we also need to know common crop types. If you see maize, what is the crop type? When you see beans, normally we know vegetables and fruits, but there is cereals, legumes, vegetables, fruits, root and tuber, spices and herbs. These are common, but you can have beverages. Beverages include coffee, tea. There are many crop types, but I thought you really need to know. And for horticulture, vegetables, fruits, spices and herbs, they're under horticulture. And most of the times we normally do mixed. Unakuta mtu analima mboga na matunda, lakini kuna mahindi, kuna viazi. Yeah. Kwa hiyo, these are the common crop types. I just thought I need to mention for you to know. Yeah. I thought of it just last night. I added basic practice for horticulture crops. We are being told farming is science or agriculture is science. When you make a mistake, there is something you didn't apply or you didn't do well.